Yo, what up, Street Dogs? Air Camp. Right. This thought is about morality, ethics, and a little bit of other things. So, first and foremost, when you think about morality and ethics, generally philosophy, ever since Socrates, has been overly obsessed with morality and ethics. And now, the question is, should philosophy be focused on morality and ethics, or is it something else? And let me just try to unpack some of my thoughts. So first and foremost, oh wow, beautiful day. So one of the questions is, it's kind of related to morality, ethics, law, politics, and a little bit everything in between. So I think we're going through a very interesting period right now because it's about the government versus the individual, and this is where laws kind of come in. So first and foremost, the government's shutting down a lot of private businesses and stuff like that, and closing down parks and public spaces and stuff like that. And so it's kind of interesting to me because it makes me think, what do we as individuals or citizens have a right to? So my personal opinion is, it's not even a matter of having a right or wrong, whatever. If we just purely think about it like just kind of embodied reality. So we humans, we're just flesh animal creatures, and technically, even though we pay taxes and live in a certain government, we're technically not entitled to anything. So it's my personal belief that reality is cruel. It doesn't really care for you, and nor should we get so indignant when reality refuses to obey our whims. So they've shut down the gyms, they shut down the park. I'm like, okay, that kind of sucks. I don't really have a place to lift weights or do chin-ups no more. I'm lucky that I still got my body, so I plan on doing more just body weight exercises in my apartment. And I have two 60-pound dumbbells, which I plan on using, so I'm happy for that, and I'm grateful for that. So I think right now, the thing that's so interesting right now is we have the ultimate creative constraints. For the most part, the only place, at least here in Providence, Rhode Island, at least I can still walk around the streets. I'm kind of grateful for that. But it seems like beyond that, things are kind of a little bit off the table. And even if you think about public spaces and parks and stuff, yeah, it kind of sucks that they close it down, but hey, what you gonna do about it? So rather than just kind of bemoaning certain downsides, maybe it's best for us to think how we could be clever and make the best of stuff. So some things you could do in terms of working at home, you could obviously do body weight exercises. The only thing I'm really missing is the chin-up bar, but yeah, whatever, I don't got a chin-up bar. I don't know, maybe I could order one on Amazon or something. And you could always order dumbbells, you could always order kettlebells. I think they're available on Amazon. And you could always, I think you can still kind of run around and go on a jog and stuff like that. And insofar much as I think what's truly necessary for human thriving, I think just for myself, the most necessary thing for me is to just go out and get fresh air and enjoy the sunlight and have freedom of movement. So that's really essential to me. But let's say you're in a place where it's forced quarantine, where you literally, imagine if the government came and they just kind of welded your door shut, then maybe it would be the best strategy then is to make the best out of that circumstance. Certain things you could do, assuming you still have access to food. I would, if I was in your shoes and then I have no equipment, maybe I would just try to do as many push-ups, sit-ups, body weight exercises as much as possible, see how many body weight squats I could do, how many one-legged pistol squats, how many one-handed push-ups and stuff like that. And yeah, like I think we can still order stuff on Amazon and stuff like that. So whether it be getting a chin-up bar, buying weights, whatever's essentially available. If I was living out in the burbs, I would definitely hunker down and build a super epic powerlifting platform in my backyard, but I live in a tiny apartment, so that's not really an option. So yeah, so I think that's the most important thing. And also because we have access to the internet, thank God, you could still be an artist. You could still create digital artworks and share it over the internet. So it looks like we actually got like pretty good options. And so I think, I mean, I'm not about like militant, revolutionary, you know, get up in arms and stuff like that, but I'm more about us as individuals, for us to maximize what we personally can in any given circumstance or situation. And maybe then it just kind of makes us think, what is the purpose of life? What's the point of your life? What are your ultimate life goals? Because, you know, in the past, things have been a lot more difficult in terms of just wars, chaos, diseases and whatnot. And you know, times are tough right now, but trust me, if you study history, one of the most beneficial things I've gotten from history is realizing things in the past used to be so much more worse. And so maybe it's a good time for you to actually just use this to philosophize and start to think, you know, like, what do I really want from life? What is my personally self-directed purpose in life, and what do I strive to derive from reality and so forth. So think right now is the ultimate chance for you to become a philosopher, for you to philosophize, for you to think, for you to ask yourself what's important to me, and pursue your own philosophical truths and aims with all your greatest might. So as much as you can, walk on.